morning from North Texas. Had a little bit of storms last night, rain, hail, just thunder, you name it. Anyway, getting out this morning, 8:30, heading up towards McKinney, do a little work on the north side of town. Our shop's over on the south side of Dallas, over by, we're on the edge of Duncanville. So yeah, I'm going to cross the Metroplex here, but that's okay. And just drove past the North Texas Food Bank. There's about 10 cars in the parking lot lined up, for giving out food and whatever. But I noticed this the other day when we were watching TV, and I think a church was giving out some food, and it's like, wow. I mean, it's good. People are getting some help. Luckily, we're not in that shape. We're doing pretty good. Not great, but we're doing good. As long as Biden don't screw us up anymore. Political rant. But, yeah, I'm going to go there. Shake your head. I can see you doing it. This morning I drove past there. There's less than 10 cars, approximately 10 cars. And every one of them were newer than the truck I drive. Every one of them were less than 5 or 6 years old. I don't know. Can't see their heart. Don't know. Sometimes it makes you wonder that people really need help, or are they playing the game? Working the system. Yeah, I've seen it. I have seen it many times. Person getting food assistance and walk out and crawl into a brand new car that I certainly couldn't afford. So always throws up a red flag in my mind. I know, I can hear you. Don't judge others. Leave that to God. That's His job. Well, it's what He does, not His job. But anyway, it sure makes you go, I don't know. Random thoughts bouncing around in my brain, because there's a lot of room up there, just kind of. But let me back up and just say, if you need help, reach out. There's plenty of churches, plenty of other people out there that provide help. Same way with me and the church, is we give money to the church, and they have a pantry and some other stuff, and I just hope that they truly help the people that need help, because there's a whole lot of people out there that don't need help, that just play in the system. That aggravates me. But when you're not a smart man, this is what you do. You donate to the people you trust, and you trust that they will do what needs to be done. That's as far as I'm gonna go with that. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to driving. Having a much better day than this guy here, because he's got a brand new Chevy truck with paper plates, and the front end's been rearranged. Yeah, and I don't mean in a good way. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Y'all take care of one another. See you. Okay, we will continue on with the deep thoughts from a shallow mind. Yeah, we're sitting in traffic. We are doing a whopping 10 miles an hour. 10 miles an hour. Yeah. Anyway, I was just reading some articles, and as you gals know, I'm a car guy. Second generation. My dad drag raced there for a while. Had a beautiful '57 Chevrolet. Over the last few years, I have really taken a liking to the Teslas. Okay, before you fall out of your chair, no, it's not about green energy. It's not any of that other hoopla political crap. But just like the cars, I like the looks of them. I like the idea of them. Not the self-driving. I like to drive. I'm a professional driver. I get paid to drive. So anyway, the performance aspect. There, electric motor has instant power right then. Whereas on an internal combustion engine, it ramps up. Electric motor, you hit the accelerator, rheostat, whatever they call it, boom. If it's 100 horsepower, you have it right then. Very quick, very agile, nice cars. I think Elon Musk is a genius. But you know what they say about genius, it's right there on the border of insanity. But anyway, I'd like to have one. On one of my screensavers, there's a picture of a P100D in Randy's color, which happens to be bright red. I believe it's a $3,000 or $4,000 option. I'd still like it. They have 21-inch wheels, which is a dark gray metallic. Yeah, dark gray metallic. I like those better than the silver ones or the black ones. So, any of you guys out there want to send me some money, go ahead. So what I'm telling you is, if I had $150,000 to go buy a new car, it would be a Tesla. And then one of them deep thinkers said, hey, they're talking about doing this, and the post office is wanting to go to them, and well, the government. And I think several of the other delivery companies have already bought some electric vehicles. Anyway, mechanical wise, less stuff to wear and tear and break, and anyway. But again, a very wise person. I think the neighborhood I live in is like 12 to 15 streets. There's 3 blocks or so on each street. And this very wise guy said, hey, down there in Texas, y'all have problems with the grid and this, that, and the other. What happens if your vehicle to work is electric? You charge them at night. Don't think none of it. The correct way to do it, I believe, is 220, which I believe that's right. You can charge it on 110. It just takes like 8 hours to charge, kind of like those kids' toys when kids used to ride them for 15 minutes, took 4 hours for it to charge. Anyway, they're getting a little better. So let's just say one person on each block converts over to this renewable energy, electric, blah, blah, blah. And this one guy said the grid couldn't handle it. So think about that. That would be like every house, one house per block. There's 12 to 15 streets. Multiply that times 3. Running a 220 air conditioner all night. Especially like in the summer. The grid, is always just cranked up then. So that's an interesting thought. I hadn't run across it before I read that article. So anyway. But more importantly, I work with a guy who lived in a town next to Mesquite. I'm not going to say its name, Garland, who was without power for over a week. And the power company wouldn't even answer the phone. So, what do you do at that point? I don't know, there's whole sections of town didn't have power. So I don't know. It's one of them things that just gets a little deeper than I originally intended. But I don't know. Would I still go buy one? Oh yeah, if you give me the money. Do I like the new Corvettes? Absolutely. Always been a Corvette guy, or liked them. I've only owned one. But the insurance companies are just raking it in. You realize across the board, the only people that are making money is insurance and hospitals. And most of the time they're in business together. So there you go. Keep that in mind. But anyway, yeah, to insure a Tesla is much cheaper than insuring a Corvette, even for a guy my age. But, okay, well, we're rambling again. Alright, well, as you can tell, we're going under the Clyde Warren Park, whatever. Anyway, about to bend the corner, get on 75 north, head to McKinney. Y'all take care of one another.